kind of woozy from my little medical condition. And then Keith started these, tacked them in place. We're probably not going to do any more than that until stage 2 on the cage when he does the B-pillar chop with the V-cut. We'll see if Alpine stays in here or not. The head unit will. Alright, trying to keep this under 1 minute, so yep, that's what it is. And this would be considered the D-pillar mount. That would be the C-pillar mount. The other side D-pillar mount. And the other side C-pillar mount. B-pillar lowers are hiding up in there. Go around here. Sorry, I'm still kind of woozy from my little medical condition. And then Keith started these, tacked them in place. We're probably not going to do any more than that until stage 2 on the cage when he does the B-pillar chop with the V-cut. We'll see if Alpine stays in here or not. The head unit will. Alright. Trying to keep this under 1 minute, so yep, that's what it is. And well, here I am again. I actually vacuumed this whole thing out and cleaned it all up yesterday, and now I'm making a mess. So this is the C-pillar mounts and the holes for the Genright cage. Got to do that on both sides. Anybody that knows me knows this is like ultimate sacrilege to me, drilling holes this big, or even drilling any holes. And I still got 2 more to go in the B-pillar bottoms. So Genright says put these in with like a magnet or something to hold it. I never liked that, because if I drop them down in here, I'd be afraid of losing them, even though they're probably only going to go a certain distance. But what I like to do is take a coat hanger, which I have hundreds of in the shop from my guys' uniforms, and I'll weld it onto the end and hold it in place while I get the 2 bolts in. And I'll do that here shortly. Well, here I am again. I actually vacuumed this whole thing out and cleaned it all up yesterday, and now I'm making a mess. So this is the C-pillar mounts and the holes for the Genright cage. Got to do that on both sides. Anybody that knows me knows this is like ultimate sacrilege to me, drilling holes this big, or even drilling any holes. And I still got 2 more to go in the B-pillar bottoms. So Genright says put these in with like a magnet or something to hold it. I never liked that, because if I drop them down in here, I'd be afraid of losing them, even though they're probably only going to go a certain distance. But what I like to do is take a coat hanger, which I have hundreds of in the shop from my guys' uniforms, and I'll weld it onto the end and hold it in place while I get the 2 bolts in. And I'll do that here shortly. Okay, just going through setting my trimming for my carpet, because I'm that guy. I want to put it back as close as I can. I'm still showcasing the Genright, because everything will stick out. But I want to put all my plastics back on, so I'm just laying everything out, trying to figure out where I'm going to cut for my initial cuts. The back ones I'll cut and then install the plastics at the same time as I'm putting the cage on. So just throw them up the arm a little bit. But it's just me. I just want, because I don't like this look where it's open. I prefer the plastics, even though plastic's gonna look funky up on the top. And then where it comes down on the B-pillars, we'll figure that out too. All right, more to come still. Okay, just going through setting my trimming for my carpet, because I'm that guy. I want to put it back as close as I can. I'm still showcasing the Genright, because everything will stick out. But I want to put all my plastics back on, So I'm just laying everything out, trying to figure out where I'm going to cut for my initial cuts. The back ones I'll cut and then install the plastics at the same time as I'm putting the cage on. So just throw them up the arm a little bit. But it's just me. I just want because I don't like this look where it's open. I prefer the plastics, even though plastic's going to look funky up on the top, and then where it comes down on the B pillars. We'll figure that out too. All right, more to come still. So I thought I'd go over this a little bit on my Genright cage install. So here we have Pegasus. I got, that one dude, 11 JKU, 11's JKU. That'd be Josh. That one dude, Adam. That one chick, Kayla. And then I got Captain Saber Egg, which is Keith. They all helped tear this thing down to this point. Might have got a little over aggressive on my plastics, a little upset at the cutting tool. It gripped on both sides when I was cutting here for the A pillar and took out a little bit more, but I've got a plan for fixing that up. I know Denton Racing makes a cover for here. I'm a little sketched. This is from the rock hard cage. When we put that in, we over trim, so I got to try to figure out how to hide this. They used to make an old kit back in the 80s and 90s for redoing this plastic with like a little naga hide thing that laid over it and you laid the plastic. I'm gonna see if I can find one of those, or somebody make something modern to try to do it. And then I'm gonna have Keith make me a plate that covers here from the old rock hard. It just bugs me. But a little bit. So this is the A pillar mount. Here's the B pillar mount. I've already had the bolts in. That's why they're a little bit chewed up right here. Locked it down real tight. Then locked this one down real tight. Got him in. Fuel tanks on this side. Yay. And on top of that, I run Rock Slide Engineering. So they even go under there. My only saving grace is the long arm kit from Rock Crawler. Got me up a little bit where it's a little bit easier to work underneath there. So once again, this is the B pillar. Comes up. This is prepping for the B pillar chop. That won't be done right now. That'll be done sometime this winter. And then I'm gonna do like Tony Pellegrino had on the yellow one. I know nowadays everybody's cutting them flat, but I want to come flat and then drop the angle to copy the Mopar doors that are sitting at mine and Adam's place. And then there's going to be I don't even know what you call it, CA pillar that's going to be bolted down here. There's another part from the cage. Actually, I think it's up here. Then we have the C pillar. I cut the carpet, tucked it back down in and around. I probably got just a little bit more trimming. There was already an existing hole here. I just drilled a hole in the carpet and tagged it in there. Did the same thing on the other side. I will be changing out and putting back in my plastic. So I have to get this. These are loose. One of the other guys on Instagram that said he has put 5 of these in, and a lot of people say when they're pre-welded like my cage is, that getting these in real tight. So what he recommends, and I'm going to try it because they had this issue with putting in Adams on Titan back in when Keith and them did that they had a hard time getting the one side on. So what he recommends is leave these bolts with the nuts on, bring the cage down and pick a side, bolt one side down hard, except for once again these back ones. So you get those in, then you suck it in with this. I'll cheat, I'll get some pads and my porta power if that's what it takes, and spread the bar out just a little bit, just to give it a little bit more, because what they're saying is it's just usually a little bit shy back there in the back. I know everybody looked at me like I was crazy because I did the Raptor coating here with Keith, and now I'm covering it all over back with carpet. That's just me. Can't help it. I did it for sound deadening. I had a little bit of vibration back in the back from the subwoofer. I'm probably gonna have to do the front, but as with the passenger side, I did the same thing on the driver's side, up here on this, on the C-pillar, and then B-pillar, and then back up at the top of the B-pillar. And this was the one where the tool really got out of hand. And so I will have to address that issue. I will give one warning when you're putting these in, this area right in here. They show just grinding it down. I did grind it down, but it doesn't do justice because I didn't take a picture of it. I smoothed that thing all the way down. Took it all the way down to the nib and smoothed it. The weird thing about my Jeep and my cage, and I don't know if it's because of it, but I was hit right down here and obviously up here, which shoved everything to the driver's side. During that, it knocked a few things out of alignment. I haven't addressed that issue. I'm probably gonna need to. But this one I got, you can see in here, if you look at the other side in the pictures, you see the fact that this one sits farther. It doesn't sit exact. It's kind of hard to explain. It's almost like my stuff's shifted a little bit. And I had that issue with these doors on this side when we took them off one time and put them back on. It was the same exact issue. They do it. Little things like this will drive me nuts. I'll have to get some more touch-up paint. Still going through the process of cleaning up all the aluminum shavings. Even with the vacuum, it didn't catch it all. But we're gonna get the cage into the shop, get her up onto the Mohawk, suspend her up in the air, and pull the Jeep under and start prepping for doing the install. But it's probably gonna come down, go up, come down, go up, come down, go up. And everybody says start with the A-pillars and then move towards the rear. Once I do get it down, and I got to figure out where, I'm gonna figure out where the back extra set of bars are going that I don't have holes already drilled for. Then I'll pull the carpet up at that point, mark the carpet and cut it and push them right on through. And the seats in here just temporarily. It's hard to drive a JK when you're sitting on the floor. You're looking straight at the top of the dash. So seats just in there. As you can see, they're not even really fully bolted down. It's just enough that I can move it around. The irony is I'm going to get this thing all together and probably drive it for a week. Then my axles come in from Fusion 4x4 that my buddy Justin over at Crash Fab ordered, and I'll tear it all apart again to put the 60s under here. And then the crawler KMC rims with the new 40s on it and everything else. At that time, I'll go ahead and drop out the Evo kit setup with, well, actually not the Evo, but I'll drop out the Kings. We'll recharge them and I'll grease all the arms and slap it all back up in there. But that's my little toy for the moment. Just a Saturday. I'm only one here, so I can't really do much. And if the wife caught me even doing what I'm probably doing right now, she'd probably about murder me after all my medical issues here recently and my medical scares. All right. Any questions, feel free to PM me up. All right. Or if you want to criticize anything I'm doing, feel free to. I answer them either way. I don't care. All right. Look at what's home. Bam. Not a bad Saturday spent. Look at what's home. Bam. Not a bad Saturday spent. Sorry, not in the sun today. It's smoke overcast. So here we have Pegasus. We've got the Genright cage all in there, in the basket. I put it a little bit higher than what most people do because I put it on the bottom rung. But I want all the maximum room underneath for when I put a fridge under there and a roam box. And then I'll put it all on a slider setup. So, but there's the cage in all her glory. Still got a little bit to do. Obviously I haven't done the B-pillar top because I'm using the clamp system instead of the weld-on system. But got the back bar here, back hoop. So as with all Jeeps, sometimes you do hand-me-downs. So these hand-me-downs are from Jose, or as everybody calls him, Nightcrawler. These were his seats. Mine was a low-end Rubicon, which was what I was looking for. And so I had cloth seats. Some guys and gals prefer the cloth seats. I wanted the leather, and the wife was indifferent. But I definitely wanted the leather. The Moab industry is kind of funny. I mean, they're cat skins. Come on. They just rebadge everything they get. Not dumping on them, it's just, I guess that's just their style. Got my KC lights back on. Any light on this rig is KC lights. It's all just, I just want the quality, and that's what I prefer anyways. She needs a bath. I got metal shavings everywhere. I'm driving down the road and still getting it in my face. Got to figure out what I'm going to do with the Pro 6. If I can get the Alpine working, I will pass down the Pro 6 to somebody else in our little family group, aka Big Sexy, or the that one chick. Put it in there and eliminate her setup that she currently has, which is the lower, but this is the Bluetooth S-Pod, so we'll go with that. Still got a little bit of plastics to trim. I haven't had a chance to do that. Got to tighten up the back seat belt, but and Adam doesn't know it, but he's out on the Rubicon coming off, so I got his old his old sun bikini, so I got it in the washing machine right now. See if I can clean it up to put it on until I get my own ordered. Possession 9/10 the law, not mine. All right, that's how she sits. Order the rest of my half doors tomorrow, because here's where that one dude hangs out, in his garage, sitting there thinking about exactly what he's going to do all the time. But hiding over here in the corner by the Spider and the Gold Wing is the front half door kit. The rear half door kit is hiding somewhere around here. I don't know. Too many parts. But get her all doped up. Get the half doors on there and get them painted up. Alright. That's about it for now. Any questions, feel free to hit me up. I really hated this on both sides. Yeah, I've got the covers for this, or I may get Denton Racing ones, I don't know. We'll see.